Welcome to Heartfelt Hustle, the podcast that dives deep into the heart and hustle of entrepreneurship, where our dreams meet reality and where our passions fuel our success. I'm your host, Sushmita Jain, a loan strategist and operations director, founder of an outsourcing agency. Most of my clients call me their right hand woman, and most importantly, a curious soul as well as a nerd. I am here to share my experiences. I am here to share my insights. I am here to share practical tips that will help you build a thriving and a sustainable business. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or someone looking to infuse more heart into your hustle, I am here and this podcast is for you. Each week, we'll dive into topics ranging from reconnecting to your passions, your soul, your why, and overcoming the roadblocks of your growth journey. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dig into this heartfelt hustle together. Hey, friend, welcome back to another episode of Heartfelt Hustle. I'm Sush, your host, your go to girl for all things business with soul, systems, and sustainable strategy. And today, I am coming to you with a heart full of reflection. And you know what's totally wild? This entire episode idea dropped to me while I was sitting at my dentist's clinic. So, yeah, not during some planning session or maybe even during a deep journaling session or anything like that, but just simple everyday moment is when I thought of actually doing this topic as an entire podcast episode. And I think that is like already a very beautiful reminder for us all that inspiration doesn't always need a curated container to, lead us. It's in the everyday moments, it's in the small things or small moments or anything that's happening around us that we can find inspiration to. So there I was, nervously waiting for my dentist appointment, as in, when I'm gonna be called in and blah, blah, blah. So I was literally just there in the waiting moment and I was scrolling through Instagram when I saw a post from someone I follow. And it was an honest reflection and an honest share from the person. And she was sharing how she's designing her life. Like, it was whenever the person had done the post in their time and in their time zone, it was, like afternoonish for them. And she was still in her dressing gown, no makeup, not even like it was a proper, kind of like a raw live video. And she was just sharing, how she is running her business at still noonish, not looking polished, taking care of her kids, her dog, running around, and working things out. And her point that you don't have to show up live with a full, I don't know, face of makeup or to literally, be there all the time. But like you can still be there for your clients and no, you don't have to look polished enough or anything like that and build a seven-figure business. You just need a business model that fits around your life instead of it being the other way around. And honestly, I get that. Like where she's coming from, totally, you know, definitely. That's the dream life she was aiming for. She is living it. She's sharing about, how she has led herself there. And kudos, that's amazing. But it also got me thinking about something, which is that too often we shape our vision for dream life based on someone else's narrative. Like, I have seen this so often in our industry that someone else's aesthetic, someone else's schedule, someone else's business model, someone else's energy
is what other people are trying to replicate. And while it's their story that might be inspiring you, it's not always meant for us all to replicate. What if your dream life looks completely different? And what if that's more than okay? How about cherishing and how about loving your version of dream life rather trying to replicate someone else's dream life and dream vision? You know, what if that's not the goal that, oh my God, I want to live my life like this person is living, but rather you really look back and think about what is it that does excite you? What is it that you want to do more, or how do you want to do things more? Think about it. Like, we're constantly surrounded by these loud noises around us, by the gurus, by the even, and it's not even the loud noises, now that I'm actually talking about this, I'm thinking it's not even the loud noises, but it's rather people sharing their visions, their ideas, and then we kind of trying to fit ourselves in, or trying to they rework out our vision to fit someone else's highlight reels and be like, yeah, I fit in, and I do have something similar, and that there's that peer pressure as well, I guess, sometimes. So I don't think we should really do that. Like, and I think sometimes, or even most of the times, we even do this without even realizing it. We start to internalize this subtle message that that's, that there is right way to be successful, maybe, Uh, but if you really look at it, I mean, success is deeply personal. What might be the definition of success for one person might not be the definition of success for the other person. Maybe your dream life doesn't involve traveling all the time. Maybe your dream life doesn't involve you trying to do launches every single month, but rather you want to do them every quarter. Maybe it's about you slowly building your business and then tapping up on the momentum and gaining the speed. Or maybe it looks like slow mornings, picking up your kids from school, working for 3 days or 4 days a week, and rest of the week, just rather being there for your family, taking care, spending time with them. Or maybe it's something like what I'm doing right now, as I am going through my journey and as we are evolving and adapting with my son, we are changing how our life is going to look like as the seasons change in our life and business as well. Like, until now, what my routine looked like is drastically going to change as my son starts going to school, as and how I see how much he needs me once he starts working on different things in his life and stuff like that. So life is evolving. We as a person are evolving. So does our business, so does our brand, and so does the vision which we are working towards. So I want you to start thinking about this. And to be really honest, lately I have been working, and plus I have been studying few things, and a big part of what I am also experiencing. And while back then, when I had this episode idea, this was not even part of it, or I did not even imagine me doing this, is that I am studying human design. I'm looking forward, and in fact, a lot of things related to my business are going to be evolving as I go through this, as I go through this journey. And I am, I've literally, to be very honest, surrendered to this journey, and I'm going to see where it leads me. Of course, there's going to be strategy, there's going to be decision making. There's going to be me trying to see how and what I can integrate and how I'm gonna literally implement things in stages. But it's a journey, and I've been studying, like I said, human design. I am part, and I am going to be taking a certification. And while I'm studying human design, I've been also studying my own human design chart, and I'm a manifesting generator with emotional authority. And yeah, that's like I've known this for quite some time. And back then, when I first time got to know about it, it's been such an eye opener. Like, as a manifesting generator, I am literally designed to move fast. And when I'm lit up and, when I'm doing my thing, it just feels so good. But when there are moments when things feel off, oh my God, they do feel off. And me, based on my design and also based on who I have been all my life, even though when I did not even know my human design chart, I've always been an experimenter. And I thought I was this way because I'm an engineer. I have done research. I have worked in the research field. I have literally written theses. We've done experiments. Oh my God, literally, nostalgia is hitting me right now while I'm talking with you guys about this. I literally can, or I just feel like, and I teleported myself back in the moment when, I was working in the lab. We were doing all of those fun, crazy experiments. And yeah, that's again, that's been a journey. But yeah, here I am. I have got to know layers of me. Like, I've always loved experimenting, I've loved pivoting, I've loved changing the things, I have loved, you know, testing things out and seeing how they work, and then either implementing it in my own business or sharing those ideas based on what I've tested with my clients. It has been so much fun. And for the longest time, initially, I did feel guilty about it. Like, why am I hopping from one idea to the other? Or why don't I want to stick to maybe some, single launch idea or launch framework and things like that? But that's I am. I am someone who is here to experiment and then share my lessons, my wisdom, and what I learn. And that's what even this podcast is going to be all about, sharing. And that's what, in fact, I'm loving that I'm actually here talking about these things with you guys, because like there was a point of time in my life when I thought I was doing business wrong, and I was maybe not even staying in one lane or sticking to one of things. But yeah, I am a person who's multi passionate. I am someone who has numerous, like talents, if we want to say that. And I would love to tap into different ideas and different things from time to time. So, yeah, here I am. And the more I lean into my design, the more I realize my energy isn't meant to be linear. It's meant to be dynamic, it's meant to be responsive. And I just, I'm starting to realize that's where real magic is. And yeah, I'm just having fun with it. So, yeah, here we are. And yeah, enough of my human design or talking about it. But yeah, we will be, like sharing more or exploring more of these bits as and more explore these things, because to be very honest, it's just not me or my human design chart that I have been studying or analyzing. I have also been looking into my husband and my son's chart as well, and it's been so much fun, and understanding how each of us function and how we experience even things like emotions, energy, our pressures. It's bringing so much compassion to me, especially even in things like motherhood or even something like a lifetime partnership. So, yeah, now if I really look at it, and I know it might felt like an intentional pause, but I'm just thinking about things as I look at the bullet points I have for myself for this episode. But there are other things now that I'm talking about this which are on my mind as well. I feel as I am literally every single life event of mine has led me, of course, to where I am right now and what I am learning right now, what I am working towards right now. Yeah, it's adding so much depth to it because when I say I I am building my dream life and that's something very passionate I am about to make sure those who work with me are building their dream life as well. I feel with what I'm working towards right now, it's not just going to mean like a vision board fantasy filled dream life, but it's rather going to be building a life that's in tune with their design, that's in tune with their energy, that's, like how they can really thrive on a deeper level and their values and even their capacity. So, really, really, really excited towards that because yeah, there's a huge difference between fantasy and actually building an aligned dream life. Like, fantasy is building what looks good maybe on Instagram and Pinterest. And beneath that, like, I'll be very honest, I have so many Pinterest widgets on my phone, and they have different boards on it. Like, there's one vision board Pinterest widget on my phone. I love illustrations and cute things, and so there's one Pinterest widget on one of my screens on my phone, which actually has so many cute um, arts and illustrations on it. And whenever I have a moment, I actually add more or actually pin other people's amazing artwork there so that I can have it on my phone whenever I want to see it. And so, yeah, that's good. It's not that it's something wrong or something we shouldn't have, but that's fantasy. Whereas what's aligned vision is that comes from what feels right in our gut, from our heart, and even that something actually has an action plan for us to work on. So your dream life might look glamorous on the outside, but if it brings you joy, peace, purpose, and you have an action plan to make it happen slowly and steadily, even if though it is, that is what is something definitely you got to work towards. So I want you, or rather, I want to invite you into doing something today. Like maybe, I mean, we just, we're kinda in there, but if you want, you can literally, once I've finished saying this, pause this episode and do this action step that I'm sharing with you, or you can take a moment when you have some time, when you can sit with some, music, the kind of music you like, or sit in silence. Give yourself with no rush moment, but a moment to reflect on and to rather check in with yourself and have this conversation, whether you're saying it out loud or whether you journal it out into a notebook. That's up to you based on what works for you. But I want you to reflect back on what does your ideal or your dream day actually look like? How do you want it to look like? How do you want it to feel like? What is it that really energizes you? What is it that drains you on day-to-day basis? What would freedom feel like in your current season of life? Like I said, we go through different seasons in our life, just like we go through different seasons every single year. So, what season are you going through right now, and what does freedom feel like in that current season for you? And are you building what you really want, or what you're building is rather what you should want, or what you feel other people are expecting you to build? So, yeah, reflect on this. And because, yeah, because, like your dream life might not arrive or might not happen and become a reality overnight, but it's going to happen moment by moment. And it's going to happen by you being intentional about the choices you're making every single day, by you honoring your energy instead of fighting it, by you making space for your joy, your intuition, and even your design. So, even though you might feel you don't have it all figured out, but again, test, iterate, adapt, and you just have to begin. So, if this episode has sparked something in you, and if you're sitting there thinking, maybe I don't want what I thought I wanted, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Start understanding what is it that you truly want, and let me know your reflections. Let me know what are you thinking about right now as we are having this conversation. And if you feel someone you know might actually resonate with this, or this is a message that you should definitely share with them, share this episode with them. And make sure, if you haven't yet, and if you're meeting me for the first time, make sure you follow this show so that you do not miss out on any of the upcoming episodes that we are going to be like sharing with you every single week. And make sure you leave a review and let me know what's on your mind. Like, how do you feel about, and what do you feel about about this episode as well? So keep me posted. Until next time, keep listening to your inner wisdom, keep building your heartfelt hustle, and keep working towards your vision. So that's it for now. Bye.